Hi lovelies, welcome. I'm so glad you could be with me today. We're going to be looking at Summer Wells' case. I'm just going to quickly do a check-in, okay? I haven't done a reading on this for some time now. So Summer Wells was a little 5-year-old girl who went missing in Tennessee last year in June. And there's been a lot of speculation around her disappearance as to who might be responsible. Her mum and dad, you know, there's been a lot of speculation around Don and Candace, and yeah, I mean, I've done tarot readings and spirit sessions on this in the past with Summer, and now I've got my own divine crime oracle that I've created. Just recently came to me just around Christmas time in the mail, so I'm going to be using this for the first time for Summer's case today. And so I've got no idea what might come up, so I'm just keeping open-minded with this, because every tarot reading I ever do, I never, you know, stick to it so strongly that that's the truth. I like to keep open-minded. Spirit will bring in different things. There might be new information that comes through this reading today, and I'm a person that won't tell you exactly how something is 100%. I like to see what the cards say and let you make up your own mind. Okay, so there's room for speculation, there's room to analyze what the cards might be saying here, and I've got no idea what the updates are. I haven't even, like, from the last reading I did, I can't even remember when that was now. I have not even gone onto any Facebook groups or YouTube or anything like that, so I've got no idea what the updates are. The only last thing that I actually did, no, actually that's not true with the last readings. The last thing I did see was the Dr. Phil thing. So they went on Dr. Phil, and then there was a body language experts on there, and that's the last I've seen. So I'm going to see, okay, just basically calling in our spirit guides, Summer's spirit family, spirit guides, please, spirit angels. Thank you for helping us today. And I've got two different piles here. This is my main deck here of all the cards. There might be some graphic photos on here as well for the illustrations and that, so just be aware of that, just as a warning, okay? That there could be gore, blood, some things that might be a little bit of a trigger. So if you are a little sensitive to those things, then you can just maybe not watch the screen, but listen to the reading. And these are here, all the direction cards, and it'll tell you distance, okay, and time frames, things like that. I wanted to separate them because there's so many, and when I shuffle on the cards, sometimes more than one comes out and it can get very confusing, so I'd like to just specifically hone in on that separately. So let's have a look, okay, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit, for helping us today with Summer Wells, with her case. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. We want to get an idea as to, you know, what's happened to Summer, where she might be. Will the case be solved? All that kind of thing here, please, Spirit. Can we get some idea of the storyline here? What happened to Summer Wells, please? 5-year-old little girl from Tennessee. So we've got a beach, we've got a large group, we've got death, okay, and we've also got held captive, hiding, locked away, hidden. Now, I've got no idea what the beach is to do with anything. I mean, well, actually, yes, I do. There was a waterhole that they went to that I can't remember if they actually called it a beach. Only you guys will know, okay, those in the area especially, or those following it very closely, because my brain is not working right now and I can't remember. But I know there was a waterhole, and I know it definitely wasn't a beach, like it's more of a waterhole. A swimming area, but they might have called it that. Large group of people, so this could be a church group, this could be people in, you know, just helping out in online, you know, there's people who are volunteers coming together, could be a search group, could be people involved, you know. What I find very interesting is that it's saying held captive, hiding. So it could be that, you know, it says locked away, hidden. So it does say that she's deceased here, okay? She's departed. She's not here with us anymore. So she could be locked away, hidden under something. That's what I'm getting with that, is that she is, yeah, she's been put somewhere where you can't find her. She's locked away, hidden under something. I don't feel like she's alive, specifically with that there, especially. And that says 2 to 4 people, small intimate group. So that sounds like it could be people involved. Okay, we've got a few that are flying out. We've got August. Okay, we've got desert, dry, hot, theft, robber, mouse, thief. Okay, so there's money. We've also got suicide, and we've also got tied up, bound. So could somebody who's involved suicide? Could that be something? Was she tied up and bound? And that could be deceased or alive. You know, if someone's deceased, sometimes people will wrap them up and tie them up in something. That could be. We've got a truck. So it could be a truck like that, or it could just be a small truck, whichever way you want to look at it. All right, that's crazy. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. So we are seeing what's going on with Summer. Okay, we're going to see what's going on with little Summer Wells. Thank you, Spirit. What happened to Summer Wells, please, Spirit? Can you give us we're going to check in with this. Can you give us an update or just some further information that we weren't able to receive last time? Thank you, Spirit. 2 of Swords. I wonder if it snows there. I don't know. But it's interesting, the little pink and white flowers here that could be significant to her environment. Oh gosh, hang on a minute. What have we got here? Look at that. 7 of Wands. The little girl once again planting the flowers with the brothers here. Interesting. And the dogs around. Very interesting. There's even dogs in the background there too. So it's interesting because they had lots of dogs on their property, and there's a barn and a shed right there. We've got the tree here. The Fool card. The one tree. And it's interesting because she did have one tree that she had a swing on. So it's kind of showing me around the property. And also a little child at the foot of a tree here. Interesting. And this kind of looks like woodland. So she's been buried, I feel. She's been buried. It does feel that way. She's around trees. Thank you, Spirit. And someone's felt very foolish. It could have been, you know, it could have been an issue with the boys. I'm not saying that exactly. We don't really know, do we? Ace of Pentacles here, another tree. Very strong trees around where she's at. Very earthy energy. Even though they're not all elements of earth. There's very earthy energy here. It could be farmland. There's acreage there. Yeah, more trees here. A quick ending. So there's been look at that, beautiful butterflies. Oh, and it looks like pine trees there as well. And so with Summer, I feel she's definitely around the woodland. It's always what I've felt. It was a very quick ending, like it was a quick death for her. It was quick. Oh, gosh. Yes, it was quick and sudden. It was an unexpected thing. This wasn't planned. Like, her death wasn't planned. Okay, so we see the turtle here and the puppy dog. Look, a little puppy dog there. And once again, holding on to a tree. So, and vast lands behind her. Looks like pine trees. It's just very interesting how the tarot can give you an indication as to the environment around the person as well. And we've got the wheel. 3 women. 3 main women. Which usually is the maid, maiden, and crone, as they call it, I think. If I remember. That's the sudden change. We've got the children here, the siblings, playing together outside. And we've got the 6 of Wands here. Once again, pine trees in the background. This is keeping up appearances, I feel, in front of the media. Okay, that would be the parents. But it's also a congregation here. It looks kind of reminds me of like a church leaders, church people. That's just that feeling I get with it. Volunteers, search team, that kind of thing coming in, saving the day. Yeah, look at that. That came up last time. So there's like a church-like building here and a grave. So I still wonder if she's near a church. You know, like it's interesting. We got like what I said was like a congregation here, and this is like a church. So is she buried near a church or some kind of little old cemetery in the middle of nowhere? I'm going to look at these cards. Now, they can be confusing. They can tell a story, but they can also be very confusing in some ways. Wow, that came up in a reading of mine, train tracks. And look at the vast land there as well. It's kind of outback. So we got train tracks. We've also got an accident. So whatever happened was an accident. I don't feel like it was planned. Like, I don't feel her death was planned. It was sudden. It was an accident. Wow, let's just come out. What's that one? Yeah, look at that. It just fell out of the deck. Intoxicated, drinking, drunk, alcohol. So somebody has been intoxicated, and this might have been a case of neglect or drink driving. Maybe she could have gotten run over. I know some people have said that accidentally. And I mean, oh my God, I just realized something. It just gave me the chills just then. Woo, far out. Far out. I just got a sinking feeling in my tummy when I just saw this right now. This guy's falling downstairs, guys. This came up in my reading, and I think even in the spirit session, where the stairs leading down to the basement is dark, and she could have fallen and broken her neck. She might have fallen and injured herself somehow. But that's interesting. This is involved here, which could represent the parents being under the influence or somebody. City, urban crowds. I'm not sure what that's about. That's something that could be happening in the future. They did go to the city, I would assume, for Dr. Phil. You know, that's probably the only thing I can think of in terms of that. Because then we've also got desert, dry, hot. So I don't know what it's like out there in Tennessee, but it could represent a place that she's, you know, like an environment that can get very hot and dry. We've got November, so that could be this year that something comes up in November. We've got the forest and bushland. Look at that, the trees. I'm telling you, she's out where the trees are. Maybe where she's at, you can hear a train, or there's old train tracks. Hang on a minute. Ugh. They're flying out everywhere. Summer Wells, please, Spirit. We've got a forest path, mossy, so I'm not sure about that. I don't know what it looks like out there. Only those who are in Tennessee would really know, I would say. But, you know, being a forest path, it's interesting. So has there been a pathway that she's been, you know, someone would have had to have gone down to know where to go and take her? Maybe that's something. A male suspect or an accomplice. And dark night, wandering alone, secluded. Yeah, it makes sense that this person, could be Don, could be someone else, who knows, was wandering around, maybe burying her at night. Or, yeah, I don't know what that is. It's really interesting. Look at that. Changed appearance, new hairstyle, different clothing, makeup, facial hair. Somebody has changed their appearance. And it's got February here as well. So it could be this year that someone starts changing their appearance. They might not be connected, those dates and that as well, because it can come up as different things. But it's interesting because I realised, and I did see in one of the things there, that Candace, the mother, was starting to change her appearance. She was dressing nicer. She had her hair done, her makeup done. So she was looking a bit more feminine. So that's something there. And also, this could be seen as summer. Like, I know people believe that she was abducted and that she's been placed in different clothing. She's had her appearance changed. So take it as it resonates, guys, because this is up to you to, I'm not telling you how it is, I'm telling you just what I'm seeing here. So we got autumn, okay, so fall could be a time as well where something starts to show. And we got legal court documents, eyewitness and statement. So that could still be something that's to come in the future. We've got a stranger. So that's interesting, a stranger. So could it be that a stranger comes forward as an eyewitness? Or is there a stranger involved? Winter is coming up as well. Because we've got November, which is probably around that time. Strangulation. Okay, so that's just something else coming up. That could be domestic abuse. It could be something that happened to Summer. We don't really know. We've got the pickup truck, ute. Very interesting because there's all this hype about this red truck, apparently, that came in and took her. But the father, Don, actually owns one of these as well. An opportunity, random impulse. So take it as it resonates, guys. But did somebody come and take her? Was she abducted? Natural causes. That could be something entirely different. That could be the grandma. This could be somebody else who's undergoing some natural health issues. And crime of passion, rage. So, did something happen to Summer where there was drinking, anger? Yeah, like it makes you wonder, like that it wasn't planned, it was an accident. And you know what? If this was true that she did get abducted by somebody, who's to say that they didn't plan on killing her and that's what happened after she was abducted? We just don't really know. We don't know the full story, but it's because it's interesting that so many different things come up, but it could also be part of the puzzle all coming together as a main story. We really don't know. And in May, okay, something's occurring in May and it says cold case. Oh, God. We don't want it to be a cold case. We want this to be solved. This is really, really scary to think that it could be a cold case. We've got an old car. Look at that. Run over, hit and run, hit by a vehicle. Did I say that before? I can't remember now. Wow, guys. Far out. And a gunshot shooting. So do people do shooting on the property? Does someone own a gun? Yeah, an in-water drowning, submerged. So there's that water element when we're talking about the beach or that water hole that she was swimming in. So people have thought she dry drowned. So there's so many ways to look at this. There's so many different people involved. So we're probably picking up on their energy as well. September and spring is coming through as well. Let's get some ideas of, and I know this might sound really confusing. Some things might still be unraveling that will make more sense in the future. But I'm finding it very interesting, right, that there's crime of passion, hit and run with the car. That's really freaky. As well as train tracks and accident. You know, I know that Don owned a gun, so that could be to do with that. I don't believe Summer was shot. I don't believe that. Yeah, I don't get that idea. Let's get an idea of direction, please, Spirit. Distance, that kind of thing, please. Where is Summer? From her house. Where is she from her house? 160 kilometers to 200 kilometers away from her house. Crossing borders. I don't know what that means. So it must mean from state to state. Or yeah, it's something there. And northeast. Northeast. So 160 to 200 kilometers northeast, and you've got to cross a border. So from state to state, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that really means. If I pull out other ones, they're probably not going to make much sense, because that's why I don't normally do them. But I just feel like I've got to do one more. It's fallen on the ground. So 1,000 kilometers plus. Has she been taken that far? I don't know. I'm not sure about that. That's why I didn't want to do too many of them either. Yeah, I'm not feeling it with those ones. So let's have a look. Maybe there could be the person, if there is another accomplice, lives that far away or has moved. Look at the old abandoned shed. Very interesting, because they had a shed on their property that was a main focus for a while. Maybe she's been taken to another shed. You know, maybe there's a property with a shed as well, you know, amongst bushland, and maybe there's a cemetery nearby. I don't really know. I'm just trying to put it all together. It's very interesting. Misadventure lost. Cave inside underground tunnel. So some people believe she just wandered off. I don't believe that though. But cave inside, maybe she's been placed under something, inside something that's dark, the mossy. See, the mossy kind of looks like it's out in the bushland. Lust, affair, temptation. So was she essayed, or was this an affair, you know, that the mother might have had, or the father? Who knows? It's getting quite confusing now. But that's just to give you an idea of how this all works, guys. So strength, someone's trying to be very strong in this. Interesting, we've got the green man here as well, which represents the wood as well, woodland. So I'm hearing very strong, tall trees. She's near an area that's like that. Wow, look at that. So there's a place, like there's a lake or there's a waterway around her, where you could possibly go fishing as well. Yeah, interesting that. Very interesting. There might be a waterfall as well in you know, going towards where she is. Interesting, they got the water there, and 5 of chalices is the grief. Once again, woodland, trees. I keep seeing trees around Summer. I really do. Oh gosh, poor little girl. It's really, really sad. Look at that's come up. I didn't see that. Jealousy issues, personal, and April. So all these dates, you know, all these dates are very interesting. Could be different things that come up during the year regarding, you know, new info that comes through. But it does feel very personal what's happened with Summer. I don't believe it's a stranger abduction. I've never felt that. I feel it's very personal. Whatever happened to her, even if she was abducted, it's personal. But her death, I do believe, was an accident. I don't believe someone went out of their way to harm her to the point of killing her. I just don't get that idea with it. I feel like this was a personal issue. There's been jealousy. The siblings might know something. We don't really know the full story, but there's been a crime of passion here as well. So it could be that someone just neglected her. They were on drugs or drinking, and something's happened with neglect, or hurting her in it, like not meaning to kill her, but there could have been shoving her to the side or allowing her to just wander off into the house. You know, we don't know all the insight here, okay, with it. Did she get into something she shouldn't have? As in a substance, you know, that kind of thing as well. But I find this very interesting, this one. There's definitely something around the shed. There's an incident that might have occurred there. She might have been placed in the shed temporarily. I don't believe she's in a shed. I believe that there's part of something there. It's part of the story. She might have been temporarily placed there, either deceased or alive. It could be the shed that was at the bottom of the property, which I do believe that's got a lot to do with it, especially when Don said that once he checked the shed, he realized she was gone. I mean, what does that say to you? You know what I mean? So it's obvious that she was there. She was there at some point in the shed. And why was she there? How was she there? You know, how was her health, everything? What state was she in when she was in the shed? Yes, and if somebody was going to do a changeover in terms of selling her or whatever people might think that the parents have done with her, why would you do it from the shed? You know, just why would you need to do it in the shed? I don't know if it makes sense to me, but I just feel like there's definitely cover-ups. I feel like the parents know more. And this is a very personal thing. As I said, I don't claim to be 100% correct, but if this was a strange, like an abduction, I don't believe it was a stranger. I believe it would be someone the parents knew, or one of them knew. But there's something going on in the family. In my gut, I can feel it. I can just feel it. It makes me sick. But I feel like the parents do know. I feel like they do know. Like the mum especially knows. I get that feeling, and I always have, that Candace knows more. And we've got the high priest. Yeah, this is the church-related stuff too. So someone in the church knows. Okay, I don't think that they're responsible. Maybe. I don't really believe that. I don't believe they're responsible for what's happened to Summer. But I think someone knows, and it's interesting it's a male. And, I mean, we did talk about that David Dotson guy. A lot of people have speculated that, you know, he knows way more. He might have helped to conceal her or dispose of her. You know, there's been speculation around that as well. But it definitely shows that there's a connection with the church somehow. Like a member of the church somehow has some idea. Motorbike. Does someone own a motorbike? Or a quad bike, or whatever it might be? Does someone own that? And stabbed, sharp weapon. I don't get that idea with Summer. I don't feel that. This, once again, as I said, like when you start pulling them out too many, it doesn't really make sense. It can confuse the story a bit more. But we've got long hair as well, so someone could have long hair, male or female. But that's about it for today, guys. That's all I'm going to do for this right now. I just wanted to do a quick check-in and get some ideas as to what, you know, Spirit have to say, what the Crime Oracle has to say. And yeah, it's bringing up very similar stuff to what I've felt all along and what a lot of you have felt also. I want to know what you guys think. Have you heard anything new on the case? Have your thoughts changed on what might have happened to Summer? Let me know, guys, in the comment section below. And if you like this content, I will be, you know, I usually do love readings, crime stories, oracles, what am I saying? Crime stories and cases and things like that, analysis. If you like that stuff, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share if you wish to. I will look forward to connecting with you guys next time. Comment below. I'd love to read what you have to say, guys. Okay, bye.